All right. So, welcome everybody to episode 1. We're
The
here, dude.
first.
The very first. The first episode of the Card Hedge podcast. This is going to be a weekly episode. We're going to drop one episode every week. We're going to drop them on Saturdays. It's available on YouTube at the Retro Hoops channel. And then also it's going to be available for the meantime on SoundCloud. The link's down in the bottom. If you prefer to listen audio only, that's cool too. We're gonna be in both platforms. We've been talking about it for a while, dude. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, man, we have. This is gonna be good, man. Because I think between the two of us, we talk a lot. So a little bit of an extended format.
That's right.
Hopefully, people hop on and listen in the car or while they're doing work or.
That's it. That's the point.
That's
a lot of the feedback that I got. A lot of the feedback was, dude, I put your videos on in the background, like the long format ones.
Yeah.
And then I just listen to them while I'm doing something else or all that. And I figured, man, this would be a perfect opportunity to, with the recent business merger between Retro Hoops and Card Hedge, we wanted to start doing some more Card Hedge branded stuff because we are going to be using the platform. Of course, you and I are business partners in Card Hedge, so that's naturally,
and
in
life,
not
only in card, but in life.
We don't discriminate around here. Sometimes I wish people could see the group chats, and then sometimes I don't.
Yeah, no, those would be like, that would be like Watergate documents getting leaked, bro. We'd be screwed. We would be screwed.
So, one of the things that we talked about, right? So this is like, I don't want to say it's thrown together because obviously it's not thrown together. We put a little thought behind this. So, we do got the logos and things like that, but this is very much, episode 1. I think one of the things that you and I talked about that I'm a big proponent of is just like, hey man, let's just start. Let's just start. Let's not, try to wait to like make this perfect. No. I think the big thing here is me and you chatting about the hobby, things that are popping up, and just get started, right? I mean, you are extremely busy. I am extremely busy. We got not only what we do with Card Hedge, but also what I do with the channel. You have kids. I have kids. They're all in sports. Everybody's all over the place. I'm fresh off of a baseball practice right now. So are you. Nice. I think you're fresh off with a soccer practice or something like that.
No, you know what? I'm fresh off. We had a massive storm today. So
wow.
everything got canceled. It was great.
So nice. Those are always sweet.
First day of the week. Actually, it's going to be the only day all week where we don't have to do anything. So
nice.
I've been enjoying it. Took a nap. First time in a while. So, like I laugh, man. I work with people that are in their like late 20s, early 30s, and like, oh, I think I'm gonna go home and take a nap. And I'm like, a nap?
A nap?
What the hell are you talking about? Like, where do you have kids, man? Where do your wife's bitching at you?
Man.
Like,
but you know what I tell people that
take naps?
Yeah, but people that tell me that, I tell like, I think like a lot of people when they're about to have kids, like you tell like, oh, you're about to. What I tell people is like, listen, before you have kids, sleep as much as you can. Enjoy your sleep. Travel and sleep. Enjoy as much sleep as you can, because once those kids come, man, that is one thing that you will lack is sleep. So
it's it's sleep. That's fucking crap. It's like I try to sleep in on the weekends, man, and I'm like, I gotta get up at what time to bring someone where? Like, why are we playing softball at 7 a.m? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like,
and don't let it be a
tournament here right now.
Don't let it be a tournament, because then it's trouble after that.
Yep.
So it's a good thing that we're like, we're all very busy, but I think you and I made a pretty good commitment to do one of these every week. I'm allowing us a little bit of flexibility throughout the week to try to get it done. That's why I think dropping an episode every Saturday is perfect, because that gives you and I some flexibility to try to put one together. So we may not always record it on the same day, but we will do one every week. We will drop it on Saturdays on the platform and on YouTube and on SoundCloud. So nice. That's just kind of the introduction. So I'm pretty happy that we finally got this thing kicked off. We're gonna have the other two members of the other two business partners from Card Hedge on here next as well. I don't know if we're gonna be able to wrangle everybody together. I'd like to do kind of like a four-man podcast, but schedules are kind of crazy, so I might just have each one of them on individually, and then we're gonna be kicking off with a bunch of guests. I know Lou's got us lined up with some folks. I know you got some folks lined up. I got some folks lined up, so it's never gonna be a lack of folks coming on the podcast, and also to a lot of the people that have been following the YouTube channel for a long time. I may be reaching out to some of you folks to jump on as well from time to time. So, man,
that would be cool, man. Get some of the viewers on. That would be cool.
Yeah. There's I got a lot of fun. Like my man Peter out in Australia. You want to talk about? I mean, if you have a question about a Hakeem Olajuwon card, that's the guy you want to talk to. That guy knows every single thing, down to where he's actually talked to like people who are in the manufacturing rooms in Upper Deck. And he'll like look at a card and go, "Oh yeah, no, that's not right, man. That one's this, that, and other." I mean, that guy's a freaking savant, man. So
that's good. We're gonna have to talk to him.
Yeah, well, because you've been on the pickup, Hakeem.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Like, here's the thing. Like, I don't even know how it started, but I mean, my thing is Jordan and KG mainly, right?
Right.
I'm also not dumb, and I look at Hakeem's body of work, and I remember watching him play and watching a ton of his games, and the guy was so good.
Oh, man.
And I think you said, I don't know if you said it with me on a show or on one of your own videos where we never get to see Jordan and Hakeem battle in the finals.
No,
and that would have been epic.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna give the lean to MJ just because, but it would have been epic. But
it would have been one of those situations where MJ was going to get his, Hakeem was going to get his, and then it was going to come down to like the supporting cast.
Yeah,
right?
Scotty and whoever, and what are they doing?
Yeah,
Tony Kukoc,
but that was definitely one that we missed out on, that we never got. But
when they won, was Barkley on the team when they? No, he wasn't. Barkley never won.
No, we won the first one. We won without Clyde. The second one we won with Clyde. And then shortly thereafter, Barkley joined, and then we never came back after.
Was Horry on those teams?
Oh, he was on both of them. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Bob. Big shot, Bob, baby.
Yeah, he was on both of them. Mario Elie was on both of them. Sam Cassell was on both of them. Kenny Smith was on both of them. Otis Thorpe, all those guys, man. That's my.
Yeah, and that's another guy too. That I mean, listen, should he get hobby love? I don't know. I mean, as far as cards go, but like Vernon Maxwell was a hell of a. He was a good player, man.
Yeah, he was
a good player.
He was solid, man. I mean, but to me, he's like a very niche guy in the hobby. Like you had to, if you are a Mad Max fan, chances are you're a Mad Max fan because of the Rockets. Right. And I mean, maybe that he walked up into the stands and punched a guy in the face for talking smack.
Yeah. No, and that's why I like him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I respect that.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, I don't care, man. You're not gonna. I think some guy said something about his daughter, and his daughter was like fighting leukemia at the time or something like that.
Well, you know what? That's justified. That's not even like some 100%. Drunk dude. That's actually it probably was some drunk dude, but hey,
probably
an ass whooping, and you know what I mean.
But we know what they do now. Now they just grab the referee and go, "Could you kick him out?"
Yeah.
Like, man,
back in the day, dude, the Bruins and Rangers were playing in Madison Square Garden, and there was like a scrum against the boards, and a fan reached over and hit one of the Bruins guys, and the next thing you know, dude, the entire team's up in the stands beating the living piss out of the fans at Madison Square Garden. It was tremendous, and that's back in the day, man. Like those hockey players, like those were guys.
Yeah, you don't mess with them. Well, you got Malice in the Palace.
Yeah, that was legit. Did you watch that on Netflix?
Oh yeah,
I remember watching that and being like, "Man, Steven Jackson's nuts."
I remember hearing about it and just thinking to myself, "What? Like, how did that even go down?"
Ron Artest, man,
Artest did not give a damn.
Those guys were not stable humans,
No, they weren't. They weren't.
And that fat guy that got knocked the hell out, man.
The fan. He squared off against Ron Artest, and Ron was like, "All right, I could use the punching bag workout, no problem."
Yeah, that dude dropped.
Oh
Crap.
man. So look, we talked a little bit
I'm
about
getting over my sickness, man. So if I
are
keep
you really?
coughing, I
Yeah, that's right.
apologize.
You had the like
I
the
had
respiratory
RSV.
thing. There you go. RSV.
RSV, which if you are a parent, you know what that is because
Yeah.
it's only supposed to affect kids,
Yeah.
and somehow my dumbass got it, and it whooped my candy ass for a little
Yeah,
while,
dude.
man.
It's serious, man. It's serious.
Like not good, but and it's still like lingering. It's been 2 weeks, and it's still like
Oh
every
yeah.
once in a while I cough, and I'm like, What's going on here?" But
Yeah, yeah. You're
anyway, I
gonna be hacking
apologize
for a
in
little bit.
advance.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna be hacking for a while, man. That
Yeah.
stuff's no joke. Yeah, when you told me what it was, I was like, oof,
Yep.
I know exactly what
Yep.
he's got going on. But I
Yep.
think the important thing that we talked about, you and I, was you said you had messaged me today. You go, hey man, what kind of format or what's the talking points? And we really don't have any.
No, we
But
don't.
what we do have uh is two things that I want to do. Number one
Yeah.
is I want to talk about, because you and I legitimately collect. Like we're sending each
Yep.
other like shit that we buy all week. Like, yo, check this out. Yo, check this out.
Yep.
So I thought what would be a good idea is for you to pick one card that you picked up last week that you're like, this right here is the one card. This
Yep.
is the card of the week that I picked up that I'm super excited about to get. And then I'll do one. And then the other thing that we're going to do consistently is we're going to look at the top movers for the week in
All right.
terms of volume, like what's selling hot right now, and then we'll
Yeah, and
we'll
there's
give a little
there's
tip
there's
about that.
two new cats at the top of the
I
board.
know, I saw that. So
And it
it's
was
gonna
like,
be good,
oh boy.
which is
I'm like, where's
interesting.
that MJ at?
Yeah, yeah. He
All I
dropped,
do
man.
now.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll let you go first,
All right. I
and
got
talk
you know
about.
what, man? It's funny. I got two in the mail today, and I'm gonna
Oh,
show them
nice,
both. Um,
nice.
I'll show the graded one first.
Okay.
Both are rare. One is beyond rare. Um, so this first one I grabbed, and I'm gonna have to set this up so I can use my camera so you can see it. But it's a 2011 Topps Freddie Freeman rookie
Cognac.
diamond cognac diamond anniversary rookie.
Holy crap.
It's tough like to see, but I'll change my camera up on that one. I grabbed that one, and then this thing right here is sick.
Oh, that's your sticker that you were talking about.
This is a 1989 KOS Yugoslavian sticker of Michael Jordan.
Dude,
It's actually
I
a
remember when you
sticker.
showed that, and
That's the
Lou.
back. So there's the original back's not on it. This was hand cut out of the book.
Okay.
If the original back was on this card, it'd be thousands of dollars. But this is
Oh,
number
so so
128.
somebody actually peeled the sticker and then stuck it on
Yeah.
something, right?
Yep.
I gotcha.
So there's like 7 or 8 different Jordans in that run. They're near impossible to find. There's a couple on eBay that are original, that are like thousands of dollars. But you
1988.
very, very rarely see those come up for sale. So I saw it I think it was that 90s group, dude.
That 90s group that
Um,
we're in. Dude, that 90s group
and
is serious.
I was like, you know what? I'm buying that thing. Screw it. Just because, like, I'm a
You
big
don't see them,
fan
man.
of what's that?
You don't see them.
No, and that's the thing. Like, I'm a big fan of buying stuff that is just not available,
Yeah,
and people don't necessarily know what that is. It's not a Topps Chrome refractor, or it's
right.
not a rookie card, and you can grab a 86 Fleer any day of the
Right.
week,
Any
right?
exactly.
Any hour, any day, all
Yeah.
day, whatever you want. It's not like cool, right?
Right.
It's cool, yeah, you
Yeah.
want one, but like it's like, yeah, everybody's got one.
Yeah.
Um, so like when you can grab stuff for under $200 that you just can't find,
Right.
like you got to do that. I feel like that's an automatic buy,
Yeah, yeah, for
and
sure.
that's what I did this week. So I grabbed both of those, and that's what came in today. So I'm pretty pumped.
Dude, that so they have on eBay right now, they have the number 136, which is Jordan sitting next to Isaiah
Yeah, on the bench. Yep,
on the bench. Yeah. Dude wants
yep,
3,500.
yep, yep. And he's not off. He's not really that off on that
No, it
price
doesn't seem so. That's
at
insane, dude.
all. At all.
Is there an Elijah card in that set?
You know what? If you I'll show you later.
'Cause
There's someone, if you go in, I'll show you later.
yeah,
Someone
yeah.
sold a complete set of the entire sticker book, and you can see all the stickers. So you'll be able to tell. I
Yeah,
want to
be able to thumb
say
through there, yeah.
I don't want to say yes, because I don't know if the Rockets weren't a draw yet necessarily. So it
Yeah,
was like the
88.
Pistons were over there,
Yeah.
the Bulls, whatever. I don't know if it was like an NBA like showcase where they just sent like whoever over. Um, I wasn't paying attention to the Yugoslavian hoops at the time, so But I mean, you got to figure with all the war and everything else that went on during those times over there,
Right.
these things aren't coming out of the woodwork.
Is
So,
that something you can
um,
grade? Is anybody grading those?
yeah, it'll just get graded authentic,
Authentic? Okay.
which is fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I want it, and that's what I plan to do with it. Because it's so delicate, I want it graded anyway, just because
Right.
I just want it protected,
Yeah, exactly.
Um, and I don't care about the value on it. I mean, it'll obviously go up over time,
Right.
um, but it's not something I'm looking to flip anyway. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I grabbed this week, man. I'm a big
Nice.
Freddie Freeman guy. Freddie's I think just is an underrated machine that it's like he kind of he's I put him in a category above a guy like Jordan, where like he gets love, but he doesn't get enough love. Like he's like Rafael Devers to me. He gets love, but he doesn't get enough love. Some of these guys that get a ton of love, I'm like, all right, slow your roll here. But
Oh, yes, yeah.
that's fine. I kind of like the guys that get love, but not a whole bunch, because then the prices aren't crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. You can pick up some good,
yep,
what do they call some value stuff that you can
yeah,
get.
yep, yep,
See,
absolutely. My motto is I want my money working for me when I buy it.
there it is.
So I need to feel like whatever I'm buying, whether it's for a flip or it's for in the vault, I need to feel like my money's working for me, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if I
yeah.
feel like I overextend myself, my money's not working for me, right? But if I get a
Right.
good price and I know there's room in that card, then my money's working for me. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I operate.
Especially if you hold for a while, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you're gonna
Yep.
hold for a while, then yeah, all day long, right?
Yep.
So this is it
Absolutely.
right here. It's a better
Yep.
picture.
Yep. That's it.
I didn't even know they made a cognac diamond anniversary.
Yeah. Yep. There's a silver. I think it's a silver diamond or just a diamond anniversary.
Yeah.
There's a red diamond. Um, yeah, that's a cognac. Yeah, that's a little different. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better representation of it. It's
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna say this one looks like it's just got a different angle to it, right?
yeah, it's got like the brownish. It's got that cognac flair to it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean? So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, but real cool
Brandy,
card.
we call it
Yeah,
brandy
brandy,
wine down here.
brandy. There you go. There
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Little brandy wine action.
But
All right.
cool card.
Well, you just blew me out of the water because my pickups are kind of more home. I will say this. One of the ones that I was excited about. So I got like two sets, but can't go wrong with a
Dirty
Dirk.
Dirk, baby.
Can't go wrong with a Dirk.
Nope.
I got this at the Dallas Card Show.
Yep.
And I picked up I remember I picked up a handful of slabs from this guy. I picked up some Kevin Porter Juniors, and I basically got this for a song, man. I think
Yeah.
maybe $12. I ended
Wow.
up paying like for the bunch. It came out to like $12 a card, and yeah, dude, just Dirty Dirk
Yep.
with the protector on there. It's a
Yep.
PSA 8, so I'm thinking about cracking it, taking the protector off, and then resubmitting it.
Yeah,
But
it'll probably bump a grade just by doing that.
just by doing that, that's what I'm thinking. And then I'd love to see it in tux as well.
Yep. Yeah,
But I just might leave it
I
alone.
bought a couple of Paul Pierces like that, the Topps Finest, and peeled them. I actually sent them into PSA. I got a 10 and a 9.
Wow.
So yeah, like I did well. I mean, I sold them both, but
You know what I have on the way is from CSG is that ball hawks you gave me.
yep,
That one had
yep,
the coating on it. And so I
yep.
took the coating off of that one, sent that one in. And then the other thing that I'm doing very foolishly, but I this is the degenerate collector part of me that just does stupid stuff like this. So here's Shengun. This is the
Yep.
Obsidian,
Yep.
and then I'm just like I dove like right in
Oh, nice.
rainbow chasing. So
There you go.
this is the just the flood. So these are case
Yep.
hits. So I got that one, and then I got purple to 99. I got orange to 50 and green to 25. And I have yellow to 10 on the way, and I think I got maybe like
Yep.
5 or 6 more. So
Now, a guy like him, his prices aren't crazy, right?
oh no, they are, unfortunately.
They
And
are?
the reason why is because he's got a huge international following, this guy.
Oh, okay.
And we
Okay.
just traded when we traded Christian Wood over to Dallas, that left the center spot completely wide open.
Okay.
And consensus is that he's going to get all the minutes.
Yep.
So he's going to, I mean, he's basically going to double, maybe even triple his points. I mean, his minutes per game
Yep.
average.
All right.
So they're going to work him. And this kid, I mean, absolutely was dominating in the Euro League over the summer. So there's just a
Nice.
lot of buzz around him right now, which kind of sucks because his prices
Yeah,
are.
no, I know. Yeah.
But I got
That's the
in
thing with like the rainbows,
good enough.
man. Like it's like a cool concept, but like Prism, it's just so hard, man. I mean,
Oh,
you're
it's tough.
buying what, almost like 50 parallels now? I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
impossible.
the 2019-2020 rainbow chase that I'm doing with Elijah one was 42 cards.
All right.
42
That's
cards. That's a pain in the ass. I mean, and the thing is that it's not like I was chasing like 2019, 2020 like Zion, right? Because
yep.
then his prices are ridiculous
Yep.
at the time. So at the time I was chasing Elijah one. Nobody cared about Elijah one. All the buzz was on Ja and on Zion. That
Yep.
was who the buzz was on. So I was able to pick up like all the retail cards for like
Yep.
an average of $7 or $8, right? And then I was able to pick up like the Asia T-Mall stuff for like 10, 15 a card. And then once I started getting into like the fast break stuff, the anything
Yeah.
under 100, it wasn't really that bad. But I mean, I picked up that black 1 of 1, which I didn't even think I was ever going to get my hands on a 1 of 1, but I did. And that one hurt.
Yeah.
That one hurt my feelings when I had to pay for
Yeah,
that one.
but you know what? It's a 101.
It's a
You
one of
know, I
one.
mean,
That's right.
hey, and it's your guy, you know, so it's
That's
like
right. It's only
there's
right.
no the money is the money's there, right? I mean, it's if
Everything
you're
lined up perfectly because I had
yep,
just sold a bunch of stuff, and then I think I might have had a good month that month with my brother in the affiliate, so he had a little money coming my way, and I was like, you know what, man, it just like everything just intersected at the right time. I was like,
yeah,
you know what, screw it, I'm never gonna
yep,
get an opportunity to get my hands on a
yep,
1 of 1. Got to pull the
gotta
trigger.
do it.
So
Gotta
I
do
did.
it. I hear you, bud. I hear you.
Yep. So those are my pickups.
Nice.
I think you won for the week because that Jordan is
No, man,
fire.
there's no winning and losing. But you
Yeah,
buy what you buy.
yeah, I'll tell you who wins is the people that got to see that Jordan. That's who's
Yeah,
winning.
you know, like, and again, hopefully it opens some eyeballs to like, you know, what's out there.
Yeah,
There's
the oddballs.
so like from buying that card, right? From this dude, I bought it from a guy who's like who's up in like Lou's level of collecting, and
Oh yeah.
we were talking, and he's like, "Hey, would you be interested in the rest of the set, like similar type stuff?" And I was like, "Absolutely." So he's like, "All right." He's like, "Dude, I got this buddy of mine, this French guy overseas. He's like, he's got stuff no one's ever seen." So he's like, "I'll tell him." So this guy messaged me. I didn't even see it at first because it went to like, you know,
Yeah,
on
like
Messenger when it goes into
yeah,
like the.
yeah.
So I'm like,
The
what
possible
the hell is this
spams.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, what's up, man? So he's like, hey, you know, I'm
Sending you some stuff.
looking to sell some Jordans. And I'm like, oh yeah, what do you got? Dude, stuff I've heard about or I've seen from like loading in the card hedge or
Oh
whatever,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I've never seen it sale. And this dude's got these cards that just don't exist. Like
That's
it's
insane,
crazy.
dude.
So I'm like, dude, do I even want to know the prices on these things? And he's like, he's like, he sends like a couple of like the crying, laughing emojis. And I'm like, listen, if they're gonna be crazy money, like thousands of dollars, I'm out.
Yeah.
He didn't send me any prices, so I'm assuming that's the case. But we're
Yeah.
talking stuff, man, that just there might be a few of them out in the wild total.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I know they're there. I know where to find them. I'm not telling anybody else where they're at, but I know where they're at.
Well, what's funny is that like in this like chasing the the rainbow that I'm doing, there's only 3 1-of-1s for that year for Prism. There's the black shimmer, the nebula, and then the black. So the black was the one that you can find in the retail. The shimmer is obviously in it's in the Tmall stuff, and then the what is it called? I got my kid banging on the door over there. No, the nebula one is I think those were either in the choice or a fast breaker, but there's only 3 of them. Like that's it, and I have one of them, and I know where the other one is. Right, the other one's in Australia, and I think the third one hasn't even popped up yet. But it's like, one of these days I hit the lottery, I hit the numbers or something like that, and I got a big fat wad of cash. I know there's like 3 people that I'm hitting up that I'm going, hey, you have the last one that I need. What's the number?
Hook me up.
So it works out that way. But I think everybody kind of has that, right? Like if you're really collecting and you're really in the mix, right? You're really in the mix and you're really networking with people. You're on the forums, you're on the Facebook groups, you're all over the place. Everybody has their little honey holes, right? That they know. It's like, I know that guy has that card. And I know he's asking too much money for it right now, but man, the day that I get my hands on $1,500, I know exactly where I'm going, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
It worked out pretty good. Let's take a look really quick at the big movers.
All right, let's do it.
Because
base card city, baby. Here we go.
Card city, baby. You're absolutely right, dude. So me and JD have had this long-standing joke about.
There it is.
There it is, baby. What he dropped at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. Not bad, right?
MJ just lives on.
Dude, he's still. I mean, the 7-day volume was 84 cards. In the last month, this card has been sold 415 times.
And that's just on what we've matched 100% without going in the back and touching best offers or anything that could be screwed up. That's just 100% matches, dude.
Yeah, like verified sales, right?
Yep.
I think that's important. Because, man, and even still, if we sort by the 30-day volume, it's number 2 next to Griffey, which is crazy, man. I mean, look at the top 3 cards if we sort by the last 30 days. The top 3 cards are Griffey, Jordan, and Jeter. I mean, those are guys that you and I grew up with. Like you know what I mean? And I think it says something about what's going on in the hobby. I think guys like you and I that got back into it maybe 4 years ago or 3 years ago, or maybe even guys that never stopped. Now that this horde of people have moved on, we're the ones that are left.
And it 100% shows you that the people that are buying cards are like you just said, you hit everything on the head. It's people our age buying the guys that they grew up watching. We all have cash now to spend.
That's right.
And that's what we're doing. And like the other thing I've been thinking about and starting to wonder, right? Because these 3 cards at the top are perfect examples of massive population cards.
Yes.
Now, each of them is iconic for a lot of different reasons, right? Like that Griffey is iconic for not only because it's Griffey's rookie.
Who didn't chase that?
Right. And
look at
when even with the pop being as crazy as it is, right? Like it's still, what is it at? $1,200, $1,700?
Yeah, for a 10, $1,700.
$1,700, and how many of them are there? Like over 4,000.
4,000.
I mean, so what I've been thinking about, right, is this: You got a guy like Juan Soto, and you got a guy like Shohei Ohtani.
Mhm.
Ohtani is obviously older, and his career is not going to be as long as Soto's in America.
Mhm.
But he's got a shit ton of rookie cards because they came out in 2018 and
Right.
they just literally put a rock on the press button and print button, and that thing they just printed cards
That's right.
and they haven't stopped. But you know, what card of Shohei Ohtani's or Juan Soto's do those collectors say? And I'd love to hear from a guy like Bobbles.
Yeah.
Maybe leave a comment because he's a big Soto guy. Like, what
Like,
is
what's the
the
one?
iconic
Yeah.
Soto card? You
Yeah.
know, um, I don't. Is it his first Bowman auto? I don't. Is it the short print of something? But like that Griffey upper deck is iconic.
Well, I can tell
It's
you
set off
the Soto that moves the most, the
is the
highest
update.
moving Soto is the update.
Yep.
And then the highest moving Ohtani is the update. So they're both the updates.
Click on that. Click on that Soto real quick. Now the
Oh, like
go
the
inside so you
data.
can see the pop. What's the PSA 10 pop on that bad boy?
21,000.
Dude, it's almost what 6x the Griffey. So
Wow.
like you can't this card, it like to me, it can't be valuable because Topps killed it from the get-go. You
Mm,
know what I mean? Like for whatever reason, they decided to just print and print and print and print, and that's just PSA 21,000. So like, never mind the BGS 95s, the SGC
right.
10s, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's probably like a 30,000 plus like gem, card.
Right.
And if that's the flagship rookie of the guy, and it's never going to be worth anything because there's just so many of them, like that's where I go back to the card companies. Like Fanatics has got to slow its roll on printing, and I know that's not going to happen.
Oh, that's yeah.
But if they wanna have this be a investable space, then things need to be investable, right? You have to
Yeah.
have like
There has
so
to be some
however they
rarity
do it,
there.
there's got to be brands that are rare, like just the cards are going to be rare, and you're going to be able to invest in those as a true investment because they're going to be expensive. And then you got to have the middle of the road stuff for people like you and me, and then you got to have the lower end stuff for people like
Right.
you and me. So
Right.
you've got like a low, a middle, and a high, right? But inside of those, I was listening to a podcast I listen to all the time, and they were saying Panini has 100 different basketball sets. That's insane, dude.
You
Like
said how
not
many
all out 100. They have 100 different product lines of
for
basketball
basketball?
cards that
Yeah, that's
since they've
insane.
owned, not just this year,
Not this
like
year,
in
but just
there,
like throughout the
yeah,
history of basketball of their
100.
basketball.
That's
Wow,
crazy, man.
that is.
Like
That's insane.
you gotta get it to a point where for you and me, we can buy $100 card, and there's a little bit of rarity in it,
Right.
and it's got the ability to rise in value if the guy's career goes well,
Right.
and right now with a lot of this new stuff, it the stuff that is readily available to people, it's just not like a worthwhile investment.
Right.
It's a great thing for a collector, but at the same time, like if you're like me and you believe in this stuff down the road, you want whatever you're buying as and spending your money on. You want your money working for you when you put that card in your little case, or you send it to your vault, or whatever you're doing with it. Put it in
Right.
your box. In 10 years, you want a nice return on that thing. I don't see it right now. So anyway,
Yeah, because how many do they have for Griffey? So you got the one upper deck, and then you got the Fleer, which is the next biggest volume, and then after
yeah,
that
he's
you
got
got
he's got a Don
um,
Ross. He's got the tops traded. There's
Topps
a tops
traded.
Tiffany traded. There's score. There's a lot, man. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's Donruss. But I mean, even still, you're talking maybe a handful of rookie cards that are like the
Yeah, you're probably
premium
talking
rookie.
about You're probably talking 10 plus rookie cards, though. I
Oh, look
think
at my
I can't think of them off the top of my head.
look at my boy making his way up the list, huh?
What's he at now?
30
30
bucks
bucks.
for the 10.
Yeah, hey, he's been trading down as low as like $10, man.
Look at that.
But that's
Dude, he
another
had
guy.
that
Look at the pop count, bro.
man, 15,000.
Right. Like, so like does that card does that or does it just become a thing, right? Like a card like that, they're not getting graded anymore. Although I do think grading prices are going to continue to drop at a
Oh,
rapid rate here.
yeah,
You
they
know,
have to. They have to.
so maybe those cards continue to get graded, and then you'll be able to grade them at $7, or something like that, even $10. Hey, all right, maybe you can make a quick $10 off it, and now we're talking.
But haven't we hasn't the hobby decided that like the collectively, right? We've said the Prism Silver rookie card is like the rookie card. Like if you're gonna pull a Trevor Lawrence, granted, there's 60 different cards that Panini printed of Trevor Lawrence with the rookie card shield on it. But I think we all agree, the hobby has agreed that the premier card to have is the Prism Silver in a
Just for
PSA.
everybody. You're
Just
talking
for
like the
everybody, right? Like,
everyday
yeah,
collector.
exactly.
Yep,
That's like,
agreed.
yeah.
Agreed. Yeah,
And then after
100%.
that, you got guys like, that chase the big dollar stuff, right? The
Yeah.
RPAs. And I think
Yep.
that's what pissed me off a lot about what Panini did this year with those RPAs, man, is that National Treasure is supposed to be like the top of the top of the top, right? Like, I mean, even if you're a serious collector, that NT is where it's at, right? If you have
Yep.
rookie patch auto to 99, there's only 99 of them, right? And that's the RPA to go for. That's the one that you want, and that's the one that I
Yep.
wanted, right?
Yep.
I told myself when we drafted Şengün and he had a pretty good season, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save my chips. I know it's probably going to be, in the couple thousands of dollars. But then once I saw that nonsense that they were doing about the patch not even associated with the player, none of that crap, I was like, this is stupid. Like, I was really pissed off because they kind of robbed me of that,
Yeah, and it like you said, man, it takes that value right out of the card.
It does
Like
completely.
I don't want to spend any amount of money on a card that came from Dick's. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
I'm just that's not my. If I want the Dick's jersey, I'll just go buy one.
I just go buy
You
one.
know, and it's cheaper,
Yeah.
$50,
Or,
$80,
or
whatever.
you know what?
You know what I mean?
Let's say that I got $2,000 to spend, right, on an RPA, and I want to drop $2,000 on an RPA. Well, now that they pulled that crap, then I might as well just go over to Heritage and find a game used, jersey
Right.
that I can maybe buy for a couple
Frame
grand or
and
whatever.
yep.
Yeah, Lou's
Mhm.
got it right. I think Lou's
Yeah.
got it right.
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep. No, for
it's
sure.
interesting, the fact that it's Griffey, Jordan, Jeter, 89, 90, 93.
Yep.
Those are the big movers for the last
For the last
30
month, but
days.
go to the
Yeah.
7-day.
The
Right?
7-day. Look at Tua. What
Tua.
is he doing up there?
Dude, Tua's dominating the NFL.
I know.
Finally, right? I think a lot of people, including myself, thought he would be a decent quarterback.
Yeah.
He just had no one to throw to. He legit had me at wideout for like the first couple years of his career. So when you can't get a guy down the field, it's
Yeah.
like, hey, now you go and you get Waddle and you have Hill, dude, forget it.
Yeah,
I
Hill.
mean,
Dude, Hill has been killing in
yep,
fantasy.
yep. And hey, good for him, and
I
funny
actually got
enough,
laughed at when I picked up Hill. I got
I
laughed at.
bought I bought a bunch of Tua back
Look at that.
at the end of football. I bought a bunch of Tua for like $3 a card.
Nice.
I mean, they're not, whatever. There's nothing
But
crazy
still, I
in there.
mean,
But
you buy it for 3, you sell it for 16,
yep,
15, 20,
yep,
That's
yep.
hey man.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. And I think like that's the thing where you if you know what you're doing and you know how this space has worked for a long time, that's a normal kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like a 5 to a 10 to a 15 kind of thing,
Yeah.
where 5 to 50 that 10x crap that was going
Right.
on for a while.
Right. Yeah.
That's unrealistic,
Yeah.
So now it's like,
That happened in a frenzy, right?
yep,
Like,
yep.
it happened in a frenzy, and that's never gonna happen again, right?
No, no. And you know what? It don't say never,
Well,
because it did
yeah, never
happen.
say
It
never,
happened
you're right.
once, and
Yeah.
it could happen again. But if you're sitting there at home waiting for it to happen again, you
Yeah.
you you're you're out of luck. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's a
Yeah.
once in a generation type thing where it happens and you move on and things correct, and here we are.
Right.
Um, I think where we are now is much more beneficial for everybody than
Oh,
where we were
agreed.
at. You know what I
Agreed.
mean? Because now there's
The price
so
of
much
entry,
more.
yeah.
Yep.
The price of entry is a
There's
lot
so much
lower.
more that,
Yeah.
that's become available, like, to someone like myself, and I talk about it in my videos all the time when I make them. Like, something up to $500, like, I'm not some dude with a lot of cash, but
Right.
I work my ass off, so I have extra money, and, can I go out and grab a $500 card a week? Yep, I could,
Yeah.
but I don't like to do that all the time because then I don't have any card money. I try to like to let it save up, but unfortunately, I'm addicted and I
Yeah.
just continue to buy crap. So it's just one of those things where there's more.
Right.
There's a lot of KG stuff that I've been watching for like over a year that has finally come back down to like prices
So
where they should be,
reasonable. Yeah. This
and
is my
I've
next
been
one
buying them
here.
up.
My next one here
Yep,
is this.
yep,
I need to get I like this price point of the 173 on a PSA. I mean, here's the other thing too, man. Not everything has to be a 10, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
no, no,
I was
no,
so happy
no.
to pick up this Dirk in an 8 for,
And chances are, if you crack that and peel it, like we said at the beginning, and you could send it back to PSA and get a
yeah,
9,
yeah,
or you could send it to SGC and get a 9 or a 9.5. Dude,
right.
you get a 9.5 from SGC.
Forget
I
about
don't
it.
care what anybody says. And I think the same thing is going to happen with CSG. You're getting a better graded card than a 9.
I
And
trust a 9.5 SGC more than I trust a PSA 9.
yep,
And I think
yep,
I did a video about this a long time ago about why PSA should incorporate a 9.5, because if you get a 9, you have no clue whether you got a 9.2 or a 9.8.
right,
Like, who
right,
knows? You could
right,
have got a 9.5, you
right.
know?
They
Who
won't they
knows?
won't increase they won't add a 9.5 though, man, because they'll kill the value of their
Oh, I
precious
know.
10.
Oh, I
So
know.
that
Yeah.
that'll never happen.
And that was the whole point
But
of doing it that way, I think. That was
right.
strategic.
It
100.
was. Well, it's exactly right. BGS took it to a different level with the black label.
Right.
Um, and I think the way that SGC and CSG grade is more indicative of a better representation of the card,
I
you
agree.
know. Some of these other cats that are coming out, like I haven't looked at them. So if any of them watch this video or listen to this podcast, I'm not crapping on your stuff. I just haven't looked at it yet. But like the tag stuff, it sounds
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I just haven't looked at it enough myself to understand it all. Um, and then like some of these other guys, like my thing is this, right? If you and I were sitting here and you're like, hey, I got $20 million to invest in something in the sports card industry with you. What do you want to
Mhm.
do?
Yeah.
If I said open a grading company, I hope you'd shoot me. Like there's too
Yeah.
many of them.
I think
And
there's
it's
too
like
many of them, and there's already there's you're not gonna take any market share, a significant enough market share
right.
away from the top 3, right?
No,
Or maybe even
nope,
4, you can say. Um, unless you're covering something unique
right.
and like boutique almost, right? Like a
Yep.
HGA who does the
The
custom
custom label
labels,
thing. Yep.
right? So I mean, you're just not anybody trying to open up a grading company right now.
It's
Put that money
tough.
somewhere else. It's
It's
tough.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Like I think like what Arena Club's doing, like, all right, yeah, cool. They got the grading piece,
yeah. The
but
sheet,
that whole marketplace where you
that's
can
where it's at for them.
trade and all that stuff, man. Now is a differentiator.
Yeah.
That separates you from everybody else.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed.
like, yeah, all right, you want to buy, you can buy. You want to trade? Hey, times are tough right now, so trading
Yeah.
is a legit thing, and
Yeah.
it's a
100%.
great way to get yourself into cards that you maybe couldn't have afforded, but you can trade some of the crap you have, and now
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Um, so stuff like that I like to see. I don't necessarily, and just me talking, like I don't need to see 7 more grading companies come out.
No, me neither.
Um, I want to see what if Tag addresses an issue in the hobby, like they think they've kind of discovered, great. Then there's room for them, right? And
Yeah.
I'm sure if it's something that makes sense, I'll try them out. But the other thing though, and we mentioned it quick, the price of grading a card,
Yeah.
like
It's coming down for sure.
it is coming down. But if PSA is at 20 to $40 or $50, right? They're in
Mhm.
that ballpark for most cards to get graded. You can't be a new guy on the block and be at 25 bucks.
No.
You got to be at 12 or 10
Yeah.
or 15 and get people in the door,
You have to
and
undercut.
you know what I mean? You have to.
Yeah.
And you might run in the red for a while because your cost of your product is so expensive. But when do you need to send out a box of like grading submission crap to people? I don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? But that's what they're doing. So maybe it's like maybe they're going
That's what Tag's
after
doing?
what's that?
That's what Tag's doing? They sent
That's
the
yeah. They send you like a grading box and like submission stuff like they send you the sleeves, they send you the penny
Ah,
sleeves. Like, so they give it's kinda like a concierge almost service.
I
So
got you,
maybe they're
yeah.
going after more like that high-end guy. Um, I don't know, but again, to me, things are going down.
Yeah.
The only one not doing anything is SGC, right?
Yeah.
And I still scratch my head over it every single day. I've been waiting. I thought by now they'd be at $15 a card.
So
I
did
would have
I.
told if you asked me in July before the national, what would you bet $100 on? Sure thing. I'd say
Oh,
SGC at
100%.
$15.
100%.
Um, so thanks, Pete, for making me look like a dope. But like it's
I actually
I don't know.
I
I
had a
mean,
conversation with some folks in Dallas, and, I don't wanna say what was said here, but, well, I'll tell you about it.
yeah, we can chat later.
I thought it was a very interesting take on the whole pricing because I was straight up with them. Like I
Yeah,
had met him for the first time, but a couple of the guys that I had talked to on the phone through emails and stuff
yeah,
like that finally met in person for the first time. Had a great conversation, just chopping it up, talking shit, and then I go, "Hey, man, all right, we've exchanged pleasantries, all that good stuff.
yeah, yeah,
When's the price coming down, man? What do y'all what's going on?" And he
yeah.
was like, here's what's going
And
on, and I was like,
and they
"Oh,
got to know, right? Like they're not dopes, so
yeah, exactly,
obviously their business is doing well. Or if it
yeah,
wasn't, they'd be they drop the price.
yeah,
I think you said it, and I've always been a believer of this. I want my cards back. So if I'm paying $23 through Bobbles to get my
right."
cards graded through them, and I get them back in a week,
Dude, a week, bro. A week.
dude, then okay, I'll pay 23. I don't care like that. The resale isn't. But you know what? If you pay attention to it, that resale value has just trickled up. Oh, time like month after month after month.
Hey,
It's
listen, man.
it's never it is ever going to be 100% of the
No,
same of no, but I don't want it to be,
no,
right? Because you don't a Ferrari shouldn't cost the same as a Camry, right? Even though Toyota's trying real hard with all their cars coming out to prices everybody out of the market, you gotta the different like price points and stuff like that is
mhm.
is is okay. It's healthy. It's healthy, and I think people
I
get
agree.
like they get caught up in that top value. And then it's like, dude, take a second and think about your own spending habits. When you go to the grocery store, are you buying all the premium products?
Hell
No,
no,
you're not.
man.
No,
No.
no, you're not.
Yeah.
And
Hill Country
stop
Fair,
lying to
baby.
yourself. Right? Like, you know what I mean? You
Equate.
go and when you're like us, man, and you have kids and shit, and you're just working, and you're not a fucking CEO of some company.
Some big
You're
baller.
not buying filet every week, bro. You're buying fucking steak tips and
That's
top
right.
round and chopping it up and ground beef and making
Yeah,
patties.
making
You know what
stews
I
and
mean?
making patties,
Yeah.
and yeah, hell
Like,
yeah, man.
so give me a break. Like on some of this crap. Like, I'm cool knowing where I'm at and
That's a
not
good
being
point,
like,
man.
like one thing I will say though on the brand thing, like I totally respect it. So if you're a BGS guy, I get it, right?
Yeah,
Like I am a Nike guy. I
yeah.
will not wear Adidas. Like
Really?
and I will not wear it. I won't like at Christmas if my mom like I'm 41 years old, she'll buy me some stuff and I'm very specific. Listen, Nike.
Yeah, yeah.
And like she'll get me like Reebok and like fucking Adidas and I'm like, "Mom, thank you, but like how long have I been your son now? Like I don't wear this crap."
Yeah. You
So
like what
like
you like, man. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yep.
I just
Yep.
I've never because I got into the grading thing later on, like later on in life,
Yep.
I didn't and I got into grading at a time where there was a lot of options.
Yeah.
And for a long time I can understand that there's people that are really caught up in the PSA because for a long time PSA was the only game in town. And
Yep.
if you were heavy in the game back then, Beckett was literally promoting PSA in the Beckett, like in the magazines and all that stuff. So
Right.
for a long time, they were the end all be all, and that's cool.
Yep.
But along came Beckett, along came SGC, and I was fortunate enough to get into the grading space when there was a lot of options, and so because there was a lot of options, and I wasn't already like historically tied into PSA because I was collecting since 1980 something,
Yep.
then I was able to look at things objectively. I wasn't looking at them through a
Same.
PSA
Yep.
lens and going,
Yep.
well, wait a second, And I don't get me wrong, my first ever grading experience was with PSA. And the
Right.
first time I ever sent them anything, it took them 9 months to get it back to me.
Yeah.
So I was
And
like,
that
well, this
yeah.
sucks,
So like
you
that to
know?
me, right? Like similar type stuff. Like back in the day when I was collecting, my buddy has always been a PSA guy, and even back in the day, like in the mid early to mid 2000s, I BGS. I was BGS,
Mm,
BGS, BGS.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't care about PSA. I didn't, I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm a BGS,
yeah.
and
Bigger,
you know,
heftier slabs,
yeah,
you know.
like just the whole Beckett thing from
Right,
when you're a kid and
right,
yada
right,
yada
right,
yada. And when I in 2020, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get into this grading thing a little bit. And
right.
I remember being on eBay and seeing the SGC slab and the new label and the new kind of redesign they had.
Mhm.
And I was like, what the hell? Who the hell is this? SGC. And I'm like, so I do my homework, whatever. And I've always been, because I'm a 90s kid, right? Like the black socks and the
Yeah,
sneakers
yeah,
and you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like it all just flows with what I do.
Right.
So it was a no-brainer. I sent in an Anthony Davis Prism rookie card to try him out.
Got that
I got
tux.
a 9.5. The thing came back. I was like, damn, this looks money.
Yeah.
Um, and that was it. The rest is, and again, like, we can talk grading another time, but like
Yeah.
you at this point in time, all of the pump and dump homies have
Oh, yeah, they're
left.
out. Yeah.
The people that are left are you know the real, not like, and again, I'm not trying to poo-poo anybody, but like people that are left, like you listen to a guy like Bobbles and Refractor, they got a podcast, man. Between the two of those guys, there's more card knowledge than you're gonna get probably anywhere else. And I'm sure there's some guys out there that have very similar knowledge, but like you listen to them and it's like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody I know everything. I don't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. I know what I know pretty well.
Right.
But I don't know. And I don't want to know everything. There's too much to know. Right. But you do your thing and what makes you happy. Who cares what anybody else thinks?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like that's the whole point of it.
And the fact that the Griffey, the Jordan, and the Jeter are at the very top of the last 30 days, again, tells you who's buying these cards. It's guys like you and I. And that's who's left.
100%.
Guys like you and I who are buying with our hearts, with nostalgia, with guys that we love, Hakeem, KG. You know what I mean? We're chasing that kind of stuff. And I think the hobby's taken that turn, the turn for the better.
It has. And I'll say this too, like from the local shows I go to around me, I bring my daughter. There's a lot of kids at these shows, man. They're wheeling and dealing, man. They're doing trades. Like there's a lot of kids, and that's great. You know, like you need that.
Dallas card show was there was so many kids at the Dallas card show. Yeah. A lot of the dads that came and were setting up booths and stuff like that. Their kids were running around wheeling and dealing. I mean, it was good to see, man. And that's
it's great. You know, it's great to see for sure.
I'm trying to get them hooked at school.
Yeah.
Because what I'm doing is, you know, with sending the packs and stuff like that, dude, that's like a feeding frenzy. I mean, I literally gave a teacher, she's I think like a behavioral specialist or something like that. She comes along with this cart. And the kids, you know, they do good stuff during the week. They earn their bucks. And then at the end of the week, the cart comes around. You get to spend your fake money. And she said the moment that I gave her a box, it was literally a box, a shoe box full of 30 packs. I put together 30 random cards in a team pack. I throw in a couple of, you know, shimmers and just, you know, some cool stuff. And I just threw them and I put them all in a box. And I gave them to her. And it was at least, I want to say, about maybe 25 to 30 pack team bags. First day, all gone.
Wow.
The following week, all the boys lined up and all of them were like, "Where are the cards?" And she's like, "Oh, we're out." And all of them turned back around and went and sat back down. Like, I don't want anything off that card. I came here for the sports cards. Where are the sports cards? Nice. So I'm trying to like you know, I'm cleaning out like all my junk wax stuff and, you know, a lot of the new modern stuff and things like that, and putting more of those packs together. But I can't. I got a feeding frenzy on my hands. I can't keep up with it. And you know,
that's good though, man. You know, like that's great. Get those kids involved. Like it's so true, man. Like, you know, they love it, and it's better than sitting on a goddamn iPad or Xbox or whatever all day. You know,
dude. Apparently that set off like all the kids like during this kind of really warmed my heart. Kids during recess trading.
Nice.
During recess. And I was like,
nice.
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. And I'm trying to put together some stuff, man, so I can like get a consistent flow of cards coming in and really start putting some of this stuff together, because it's pretty badass. And now she's, you know, word has spread throughout the district about this. And then now some of the other teachers are like, "Hey, where'd you get that? You know, how'd you do that? How'd you get this?" It's like, whoa, this is going to get interesting. So logistically, it's going to be interesting setting all this stuff up. But it's pretty cool, man. The kids are important. Buying what you love is important. As long as we can get those two things going, man, I think the hobby will be good for a while.
Absolutely, brother. Well, what do you think we wrap it up?
Let's wrap this thing up, man. Perfect timing.
That's a positive note to wrap on, man.
Positive note to wrap on. I'm gonna put something together seriously for that, because I think I'm gonna have to put together some kind of a, you know, 501 charity type thing and try to see if I can get, you know, start reaching out to like Tops, Fanatics, and go, "Hey guys, kids in the schools is where it's at," you know?
Yeah.
So, all right, brother. Well, I think we did an amazing job for the first part. For the first, I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back for kicking off.
I can't reach my back.
You're too jacked, bro.
I just call that HGH, baby.
Yeah, the HGH. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you, man. We'll catch up on the next one. This one will drop Saturday. Everybody that's listening to Saturday, every Saturday, we'll probably drop it like around noon or so. I'll figure out the timing, but definitely on Saturdays. And then I look forward to the next one, bro.
Absolutely, brother. Great time. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening.
Thank y'all. Peace out. Love y'all. See y'all on the next one.